Test, test. Ah, there we go. All right. So, today we are going to be I'm going to be working on something a little different. Have you ever heard of the Remarkable? It's this fantastic little tool for writing and all that sort of stuff. And, you can do, here, let me pull up the website. Uh, remarkable.com. Um, it's this fantastic tool for writing and other stuff. And, well, this is actually the version 2 that's being shown here. I own here, let's see if we can find the version 1. Oh, whoops. No. Shop Remarkable 1. Right here. I own this, not the, not the, folio or whatever they call it. Just Remarkable itself, fantastic e-ink display. Really, it's a really, really great tool. And I was bored and wanted to see if I could use it as a drawing tablet. Now, while this sounds like a great idea in theory, the execution is actually rather complicated in practice. There's this project here by the name of Remarkable Mouse from Avidlo, and he managed to put together um, a lot of stuff to basically you stream the output of the events over SSH, and then you can do stuff with that. Now, I decided, hey, this looks great, and I wanted to use it. But there are a few features that are missing, like the buttons, for example. You can't use the buttons to do anything. You can just draw. So I don't like that. And sometimes I see a project and I'm interested in working on a little thing. This doesn't take a lot of time. I spent a day working on a PR, not finished, but overall pretty good. Now, the thing is, I am feeling way too lazy to use an IDE. So we are going to be working out of the terminal for the bulk of this. The main reason why is because there isn't really a lot of syntax stuff in here to work with. It's mostly edit, run, tweak a little, run. And so I don't really care that much. And I mean, it's Python, so meh. Also, I should be clear, I don't really know Python. But Python is pretty easy to, I guess, pick up. Why I'm using sudo? Well, that's a long story. All right, so where I'm holding is I need to do a few things here to make the buttons work. That is currently my next point of business, and also do a bit of cleanup with this PR that I'm working on. Oh, Nanu. Gosh, I feel like an idiot. All right, so we're not using key left. We are using get rid of that. Button left. Button right. And also button, whoops, middle. Okay. Now, in case you're wondering, oh, but maybe having autocomplete, to be entirely honest, for this kind of thing, it doesn't really matter that much. All right, so there's a lot of code here now that fortunately I discovered can go entirely unused. Though let's just confirm that that's indeed the case. Let's go ahead and re-enable the orientation code. Let's plug this in, turn it on, and run it. Go orientation or, and even then for the terminal, the part where like you need the proper spelling sort of thing. Whoops. There we go. Now this should work fine. Yep. Now, the reason why I was trying to remove some code, which as you can see is the commented out portion over here, what this does is this basically manually remaps the code. It manually remaps the Wacom digitizer, the Wacom digitizer thing for the EMR pen. It resizes that manually after it's already mapped it to the display. So the orientation has now been set correctly. It does it again. And for some reason, the math that's involved in doing this is a bit wonky, and it's not exactly a useful feature anymore. So I figured it's not really necessary. So we are just going to trim all of this out. Now, this other function over here is actually pretty similar and does almost exactly the same thing, except it does it solely for the touch screen, for the touch display. This is necessary because the touch display is running as a touchpad, and I kind of want a higher resolution. But I'd actually prefers it for it to be a 1-to-1. But that doesn't seem like that's going to be possible. The thing is that it doesn't seem to be possible either to increase the touchpad speed or to increase the resolution of this. So for right now, I kind of have this crappy solution. Not my favorite at all. I want to get rid of it. If I could figure out a way to do that effectively, that would be fantastic. But now, so here's the next thing that needs to be added. Here, so actually, let's, we're going to change something here quickly. We're just going to do it over here. No. Come on. If you scroll back far enough, I'll find it. Never mind. Sudo nano user share. Lib Wacom. And basically what we're doing here is we're effectively creating for use with the Wacom tools, we are basically creating here a fake, if you will, a fake device, we're basically simulating a Wacom tablet, and for the sake of that process, it appears Firefox has just crashed. That is very annoying. Now, if it did, I can't exactly say I would blame it. Like, if it, properly crashed, I can't entirely say I would blame it. Because it is supposed to be updated, but whatever. All right, we need to find the input code. So I basically spent a bunch of time doing research because there were certain things that just weren't working and I couldn't figure out why. Turns out there was a few parts I was doing wrong. The first thing is the buttons, and this is actually Remarkable's fault because what Remarkable does is the buttons that they stream for the panel buttons, the how do they call it? Yeah, the panel buttons, basically, instead of being what they should be here, which is button left, button right, button middle, and then button side, they have key left, key right, key home, and key power. Now, the key difference here is that these are buttons assigned for mode switches. These are meant to be buttons, and they are entirely separate from key presses. Key presses, while handled by evdev the same way, they don't have the same key codes, and they work slightly differently, and they're handled differently in concept. They have holding presses instead of the key. There are keys that are sent for them being held down. There's a lot to this basically, and unfortunately, Remarkable screwed up here a bit. I may actually send them an email asking them why they did it that way, and if it's possible for them to change it in the firmware. But in the meantime, what we are going to have to do is manually translate key left, key right, and key home specifically to button left, button right, and button middle. So how are we going to do that? Well, the first thing we're going to do over here is correct the, we're going to correct the, I guess, mistake here. Or first of all, so we need to do 110, 112, and 111. Now, the reason why I say 110, 112, and 111 and not 111, 10, 12, 11 is because on which one is right, I need to know which order these go. Left is 10. Okay, so 110, 111, and 112. Now, the reason like this, because 112 is key middle. And since ABC starting from the left, B would be the middle button, and hence has to be 112. All right, that's done. Beautiful. Now, let's go ahead and run this. Whoops. Now, I'm going to demonstrate, first of all, that, basically, that the first thing is gone right, which is lib wacom list local devices. So that means it's recorded. The next step is sudo, or actually is x input. Hasn't discovered the panel, apparently. We'll see about that soon. I'm gonna have to get back on that. That could very possibly be like a legitimate issue. In which case I will need to figure out what else I'm doing wrong, because there shouldn't be any reason why these buttons aren't working. The first thing is, well, first of all, the events aren't actually getting sent through. And as you can see, it's just 1 and 0. There is, I believe it's a 2 value, which indicates it's the right button. So now what we need to do is translate this. So let's go ahead and add a if here to modify the ebit, as we are going to call it. If ebit equals lib evdev dot ev key dot button key left. Just gonna quickly change it here. ebit equals lib ev dev. This should work. I mean, again, ev key dot button left. Fortunately, there's not much to it. It literally should be just that, according to the fdev spec. Let's just see that I'm right. As those are touch swipes, I'm just using the touch feature right now. Let's go ahead and see if this is telling me anything. Still no. Actually, I want it mapped to here. As you can see, mouse is mapped. Touchpad, this is all mapped correctly. Then I have this touchpad feature, which is very ridiculously insane. So that's something that needs to be adjusted. But anyways, okay, so we're still having issues with the buttons. I don't know what they are. I'll be honest. I'll admit to being stumped about why this is being an issue. Although, honestly, I prefer actually to have the remarkable on the left because I'm right-handed. We're going to make it left. Also, that's because the Wacom is indeed that way. So we're going to do it like this. Doesn't change because, again, it's just being oriented differently. And even then, this thing doesn't know about the actual positions because that's provided by a layout file, which we haven't actually provided. So, we We may have to log out of X here, which means I'll have to kill the stream temporarily. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and do the same thing. Right. Button. Right. Stupid. And then key home. Middle. All right, so that should be absolved. Whoops. I want to leave this open. Now, admittedly, I don't know why the buttons aren't showing up now that I've declared the buttons. So there's probably something I'm missing here. But we'll have to check that out soon. Let's take away this orientation mumbo jumbo. All right. So now that the button's been set correctly, let's go ahead and run with ftest. And we're going to pick here event 26, which is the button we're looking for. And as we can see here, button left, right, and middle are indeed set correctly. Those are event codes 272, 273, and 274. I hope that's set correctly. They're not getting detected. Why is that? That's odd. They're not at all being detected, which is strange. That's what has me worried here, that they're not coming up, because they should come up. Oh, that's why. Because I was doing an evaluation in my Great Brilliance, and there we go. That was stupid. And that was fixed. Now, oh, I don't want to do that. Again, 26. That is only mildly concerning. That none of those buttons are being read. Still not mapping it correctly, which is weird, because this should work. And if we're able to compare it, we should be able to set it, no? Oh, that's why. All right. Control K. This is actually right over here, one sweet little piece of code, which is basically just a really simple, what do you call it? Palm rejection system, which basically says, first we check if a button's been pressed. If it is, first we basically, if it's a, not button, button tool pen is basically what happens whenever the pen is pressed down. That means that button tool pen is 1. And so we always, if that's event that, we set, we store that value, and then we check against it if it's true and the event is one that involves a multi-touch, so basically touchscreen, we forget it, basically palm rejection. Oh, please tell me I saved. Let's see. Let's just stop it. This doesn't hurt. Okay, this should solve that problem now. Let's try this again. 26. There we go. Won't you look at that? It works. Button middle. Beautiful. Can we do anything with it now? Still no. And this is the part where we read the documentation and spend hours plumbing through them, trying to understand what the fuck do I need to do. So the first thing is we're going to use x set wacom dash set. Hold on. List devices. There should be, I believe it's called panel. We are looking. Well, actually, wait, this isn't going to help. I don't know what I need to do to make that panel device show up. So we are now going to head into a bit of a rabbit hole of trying to understand what is the secret to making this work. So the first thing we're going to do is run through issues, because I'd like to see where if this issue has come up. No panel. That's the issue we're going to look for. Because this will help us identify, some basic troubleshooting steps, and maybe even we can find some code that we could look at to see, oh, hey, this would be how we fix it. So okay. Whoops. I just closed the wrong tab on accident. History. Recently closed tabs. There. Let's go ahead and see. Um. Now, what I'm trying to do is basically figure out so to the wiki then. Oh. Um, not this wiki, clearly. So we are going to now check a few other wikis. The first one is the Xorg driver wiki, because this should explain a lot about what we're trying to do and perhaps help me understand how this works. Yes, so we're looking for a pad. Um, we're looking for this pad thing. Um, it basically should be called Remarkable Pen Pad. Um, and now I need to figure out how to make that pad show up. What is, I guess you could say, the secret? Oh boy. Basically, I need to figure out how to simulate these express keys. As we can see over here. Huh? So perhaps let's try different buttons. 0, 1, and 2, I guess. In which case, obviously, since I closed the event codes thing, Linux event codes, come on. Oh. All right, let's try that then. Start over here quickly with left being 0. One. Sorry. Ugh. 2 and 1. And again, we'll go up here and declare the use of 0, 2. Ugh. And 1. Then we will edit this other file. Good thing is we know it works. And again, Firefox crashed. You know how annoying that is? Alright, we are looking here at 100, 101, and 102. 101. Sorry. 1, 101, 102. Okay. Perfect. That works. Yes. Okay, we got it. All right. All right. Now, the other question is can we somehow do something with these buttons? Now that they've been successfully detected, we need to figure out what to do with them. Okay. So, how do we use them effectively? Because I don't want to use xset, because I can't use it in the actual like programming here. And that's kind of a problem. The other question is why hasn't no mentioned it? Let's go ahead and do sudo lib input list inputs. Let's try that. Sorry, list devices. There we go. Okay, so it shows up. Huh. See, this is where I'm confused. Um, Perhaps, X set Wacom. Dash. List props. Just quickly, whoops. 31. Good, so it's got the button actions correct. Seems to believe there's a strip though, which is weird. Mm-hmm. 30. Coordinate transforms are weird as hell. But that's a comment for a different time. Okay, so now we're stuck with the question of how to actually configure this. Because I've got no clue. Hmm. Okay, so now the question is, how do we map buttons? Hmm. But anyways, let's go ahead and update this PR here. Actually, we're going to create one more PR. This one is probably going to spark a bit of conversation. And that's actually kind of its point. Basically, I'm going to delete this, all that remapping code. Because practically speaking, it's not necessary anymore. Unfortunately, though, the fit and the fill feature will kind of get ignored. I think most people would rather have it be fill, because then there's not like weird issues where it's not mapping correctly or something. You know, this is I would say the path of least contention. That feature has been there just since the beginning, and I think that's why it hasn't gotten removed. It's all right. Rely on to output. And of course, I spelt it relay. Oh my god, I need to fix this problem. It is so annoying. Fucking hell. Gonna mark this with discuss because this is kind of a big change here. And it's possible that it will affect other people, but I don't think so. This PR moves the mapping code as x input -- map to output seems to work fine enough. Mhm. Also, mhm. Um, God, this is so annoying. Hallelujah. Mm. I'm getting tired just looking at this. This is so annoying. Mm. Man, this is oddly annoying. Not oddly. This is. That noise is my little desk punching thingy. It's meant for punching things when I'm frustrated. I'm feeling extremely tired all of a sudden. I'm gonna try to go eat something, and I'll be right back, where we'll continue on this fantastic adventure. Alrighty, and we're back. So, let's go ahead and work on some code. I'm going to take the code that we discovered, exactly what it's doing previously, and we're going to make it work. All right. Come on. Oh, come on, man. Hmm. Um, there are some other things I'd like to test. Let's go ahead and see if we actually need this set monitor code for the touch display, because I don't think we do. Oh, wow, that was pretty good. Oh, oopsie. The remarkable kind of goes into like a sleep mode. And it went into sleep mode. So I unsleep moded it. Still works. Still crazy. And since it doesn't seem like it's ever... Okay, that was the first time I nailed I still have no clue how to make this. I wonder if there's like a gestures thing that I need to find. Yeah, this thing like, hmm. I honestly have no clue what this resolution thing is. Literally no clue. All right. This actually may help. See, this is the problem. I am moving my finger across the entire screen. I'm going to move my finger across the entire screen of this device horizontally, and that's how far it moves. That's nothing. It's moving. I actually have a tape measure here. Let's see. It's moving like 4 inches or something. And I've got this giant 24-inch display. This thing is just bad. Now, in the meantime, the touchpad on my laptop manages to scale the entire freaking screen. What the hell? And that is really annoying. What would happen if I were to increase this? It doesn't help. So either I can go where it's like going crazy, or what I'd prefer to have is for it to be 1-to-1. But I'm not exactly sure what the math for that is. To have that work correctly. Let's try something interesting. Let's increase the division by which that is done, this should return a smaller number, which I hope doesn't do the wrong thing. Because there are a number of things that could do. And I'm getting this touchy-feely feeling. It's going to do the wrong one. Oops. Let's see. Okay. I covered about 2/3 of my screen, and then it ran off. So now there's another problem. Yeah, this is insane. I have no clue like what the DPI curve on this thing is, but whatever it is, it's whacked. And I kind of need to figure this one out. Okay. Okay, I got to pretty much the end of my screen before it went wonkers. That's a good thing. Let's try back to going to divided by 2. I don't know. Got to experiment a bit here. Okay. So this is much better. So it's acting as a touchpad, which is annoying. Uh, hmm. Well, oh boy. So basically, it seems that picking the monitor here just doesn't matter. Let's double check. Just to be sure. Crazy as hell, because especially I move my finger up a drop or down a drop and it scales the whole thing, which admittedly is a bit convenient. But I don't like it. Prefer to have a one-to-one. What I really prefer is if we just act like a touchscreen, where I could go in the top right corner and it would hit the search. There's a little search thing, or hit the new tab button, but it's got to be a touchpad. Wait. Yeah. Right now, actually, this project is being written in Bash. But anyways, so let's see here. Setting the monitor clearly does absolutely nothing. So we can get rid of that code too. Just going to slowly scrap more code. Not Bash, Java, Python. Damn it! Ah, I'm stupid. Hmm. I'm not deleting this portion because I don't want to cause merge errors. It'll, or at least it should just sort of get automatically merged away. Make buttons work. All right, I suppose we could just put this to the ultimate test, make sure that these buttons are indeed working. But let's see. I'm gonna get Krita opened up in the meantime. All right, so let's go ahead and have a look at Krita. So we have Krita open, and it appears the script isn't running. Heh. All right, fix that. Okay, let's have fun. Krita, who doesn't love drawing? And here, let's go ahead and find a oh shit. Yeah, palm rejection is may need to get a bit but here, have a look. I'm pressing lightly, and now I press more heavily. All right, now let's see how this works. So we want to do show the pop-up palette. Well, to say that's annoying would be all right then. So I guess um why does this think my finger is a pin tip? I mean, I know that I could draw with it. Huh. I'll admit I do find that interesting that I'm not able to it works. I mean, man, Crit includes a lot of interesting brushes. We can do some cool abstract art here, man. Opportunities. Call it like Crit art. I'm nearly passing out again. I'm like exhaustion. Holy crap, I'm really tired. All right, so X set Wacom dash dash help. We're going to set 21. List meters. And also list modifiers. Fires. Now, because I'm lazy, we're just going to follow Arch on exactly how to go about this, because Arch does tell us nicely what to do, if I recall correctly. No. Wow. That sucks to have a stock price that is $6.31, especially when you've got the exclusive patent on one of the, I would argue, most useful technologies. Like, it's cheap and it works really, really well. You know, I'm actually curious to try that. Yeah. Let's see. So we gotta run Zev event button. Hi, Avrami. How are you? Your little sister accidentally invade. Because it would appear she did. As you just kept hitting the A button. I don't know, little sister, little sibling. I just picked like little sister because all my aunts have little sisters. Sorry, not little sisters. Little kids, little girls. Okay. Let's try this. Think I got it. X set. I'll come soon. And button. Oops. Button 1 key N. Okay. Now, if this worked, this should happen. This is only moderately disappointing. So then let's try something else. Oh, hi, Shalom. It's a pleasure to see you. Oops. Okay. Um, you little kids. Little kids. Okay, let's try this. Okay. That worked. And that is really nice. And we'll just have to take away the shortcut for that. Mm. Mm. There we go. Now, let's try this again. Or even better, should be able to just do as a key combination. In which case, yeah. Oh, come on. Yes. Oh, this is a moment I've been waiting for a while. I can just press a button and it works. That feels good. Oh, that feels so good. Oh boy. I am so very happy right now. I'm curious if GNOME... No, it doesn't seem like GNOME does anything of that sort. Anyways, that's it. I'm signing off for today. And, as always, hope you learned something.